I'm going to have some former high school coaches on our staff. Ron obviously was the first one, and Ron and I have had a great relationship for goes back a long ways. And Ronnie Stoops, in my opinion, could be coaching anywhere. I know what kind of coach he is. I've always enjoyed watching him coach. I've worked with him in some different camps. I know his pedigree. I know where he's from. I know what he's about. He's going to help us in this local area, because I think it's important for other high school coaches to know that our staff's not going to put ourselves on a pedestal that we're better than them. I mean, coaching is coaching. If I was coaching in high school today, I'd be just as excited as I am sitting here at Youngstown. Coaching is coaching. You're in coaching because you like to work with young people and develop them. And I see Ronnie as a guy that has relationships here in the Youngstown area with a lot of high school coaches that can help us and our staff and Youngstown State get back involved with this local community and get the high school coaches on our side. We're going to do things here in the near future. We're going to have high school clinics again. We're going to have socials over here where we get together and have chalk talks with high school coaches where we get a chance to exchange knowledge. When you have an opportunity to sit down with a high school coach and exchange information, a lot of times you'll be talking about the same plays. Really, coaching is about how do you get your point across, what you're trying to do. And it might be just one key word that high school coach uses that might be better than the way you're trying to explain it. And those are the kind of things that you have to learn. College coaches don't have all the answers. There's a lot of great high school coaches that can coach in college or coach professional football. It's been done before. And I feel like Ronnie's a guy that represents the community well, and he's going to be a great asset to our staff here.
So as an Ursula guy, you didn't hire him just to stick it to Mooney?
No. My motive was for Youngstown State, and Ronnie's obviously he's an asset to our program.
When you meet with the team next week, how exciting is it going to finally get the team together?
It's going to be very exciting. We're going to meet on Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and it'll be the first opportunity that we have a chance to get together and basically put out a game plan, and there's some things we need to get done, some house cleaning. We need to be all on the same page, and I'm excited about that day, and I think it's a fresh start. It's a clean slate for a lot of guys, and the big thing that I think I want to make sure that I get across to these young men is we're in this thing together. They're our guys. I don't care if you're recruited by so-and-so. You're going to be a part of our team. Eric Wolford's guy, and those type of things I think are important to get across to them. It's because I don't want them to feel like they're alienated because they were recruited by somebody else. I want to make sure the seniors understand that we're not expecting to go through some huge rebuilding process and we're going to wait to win. And that's the kind of things that I want to reiterate to them.
Coach, now that you've had a chance to look through the roster, are you targeting a specific position, or are you in the process right now of just recruiting football players, or is there something out there that you're actively looking for?
Well, we're actively looking, for probably, we're going to probably sign 22 to 25 guys potentially, somewhere in that range. The only thing that's maybe would take that number back is if I expected to have some transfers. We've been fielding a lot of phone calls from local guys or just people that have awareness of our staff that want to transfer. So, there's a process that has to go through to do that type of thing. I would anticipate this summer to also have a lot of potential transfers that want to transfer back. I remember when Coach Tressel was here, he had a bunch of pretty good guys like Sam Roan and Cochran, and all those guys transferred back. And you look at some of the teams that have had success. That's a part of their program. And I think it's the right kid though and the right fit. I don't think you can just take a whole bunch of transfers just because they were at a Division I school. Doesn't mean that they're going to transfer back here and be an impact player for you. They may have been a mistake somewhere else. So my point is we're not going to just play second fiddle and just take a guy. We're going to take the right guy that's the right fit for our program, and hopefully he'll join our family and become a part of what we're trying to do here. It's got to be that right fit, though.
Eric, you got 1 month in the book. What's your goals up until signing day?
Signing date, finish out the rest of the staff here, which I feel like that'll happen within the next 10 to 14 days. I could finish the staff today. But, you know, Coach Snyder at Kansas State taught me a long time ago, don't make rash decisions. And Coach Snyder would take forever to make a decision, and he taught me that. And the more I talk to other coaches in the business that are head coaches, they keep reassuring me, Wolf, you're doing it the right way, you know. And your staff is the biggest decisions you're going to make. And then we're going to close out this recruiting class. You guys obviously have an idea of who we're recruiting, and I think we're on some pretty good guys, and we're headed in the right direction, and I think there could be some surprises along the way. You know, when we get ready to close this thing down, and once signing date's over, we'll get together and regroup and be able to have a public announcement, which will obviously be fun, and then we'll start getting ready for spring football.
How many assistants have you talked to? How many potential assistants have you talked to, or who are interested in joining your staff?
I've probably talked to 50. I try to talk to 5 guys per position.
And then how many schools and athletes, round number, do you think you've visited and talked to?
I've probably been to 50 schools, potentially.
Northeast.
I got 2,500 miles on my car.
That was my next question.
I was getting ready to call Mr. Greenwood over there at Chevrolet and say, hey, you know, you said to turn this car back in here. Now I already got 2,500 on it. The last thing I want to do is run the miles up on it. But I've been driving it pretty good. It goes pretty good in the snow too. So that's a good thing.
But I mean, how many student athletes do you think just roughly?
I would say right now I've got basically about 40 guys that I've spoken to face to face. You know, some of those high school stops are courtesy stops, but that's for the future. You know, we gotta cultivate this area. You know, I mean, that's what we gotta do. You know, even though there might not be a kid there this year, might be a kid there next year, but Youngstown State's probably been in 50 schools. Maybe, you know what? Really? Down in Columbus and Cincinnati now, we might be at 75. You know, because we've had some guys out, so we're covering pretty good.
Is that just Ohio, Western Pennsylvania?
And Florida.
You're going to continue to use Florida and maybe California as resource areas? Or?
I'm not a California guy. No offense to the state, but I'm a these guys are laughing over here. I'm a Cleveland, Youngstown, Akron, Pittsburgh. You know, the steel, where they make the steel at, and we'll venture down into Columbus and Central, and then we're going to get guys like out of Florida. I'm not saying our whole football team is out Florida, but there's going to be a couple key guys that are the right fit. But we're not going to take a guy from Florida over a local guy here. But we do need to understand this. If the film is significantly better in Florida, we're going to take the guy from Florida. At the end of the day, it's not going to be just one person's decision. We have a staff, we have an evaluation process, and everyone receives a grade. Once that grade's out, the guy's either better, so it's clear.